What's up, guys? Hopefully, you're not sweating your ass off today. It's triple digits again here. But, anyways, we are ending a year long run and we're going to finish it out with insolent audits. Let's get into it.
So you think that what you type out with your little tiddlywinks behind your faceless account, that you can somehow, I don't know, bother me? No, honey, not in the least. If you knew what I have come from, what I have walked through, you would realize that especially somebody hiding behind a screen, will never, never bother me. So you just keep on commenting though, because that all counts. Every time you watch, every time you comment, it still counts. So keep on. There's nothing that those little tiddlywinks can ever do or type that will even begin to faze me. So,
Right.
Here we go. You can't hurt me behind your keyboard. Monologue. Classic cope, isn't it? When women start ranting at faceless online men, it's not strength, it's a subtle admission that they're bothered. I mean, let's be real. If men didn't truly matter, you wouldn't be responding. You're measuring your value by attention. And that's the feminist reward system, dopamine from digital validation. But what men see is combative, bitter energy that screams drama magnet, a reason why men check out. We're not arguing online, we're buying passports and a peace of mind.
I'm 38 and single, and I would never go on a walk or a hike date for a first date. Not only do I think it's low effort, but it's also a safety concern. I do go on coffee dates. I think coffee dates are great for a first date. You know, it's like 45 minutes, see if there's a vibe, and if not, great, let's go our separate ways as fast as we possibly can. If the vibe's good, let's do dinner. Let's do an activity. We'll figure it out.
Yep. 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 Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with what she was saying. Usually you're getting these 38-year-old single women calling a walk date low effort. I mean, a lot of these older women need to understand you're not 25 anymore. You're entering this discounted produce territory. I'm just kind of adding as the opposite of what she's saying here. Coffee dates are good because that's all most men are now willing to risk when the legal and emotional cost of a relationship has skyrocketed. You're going to get a lot of these women talking about walking in a park or something that they're worried about their safety, which really translates into is women want men to spend money before she's even earned his time. And men aren't paying for dinners to get ghosted because we're out here now vetting even harder than we have before. Why? Because many women want equality and now you're getting it.
Oh my gosh. Casey. Casey. I don't know where I put you, but Casey. This. Okay, I know I said that was the last video I was making on this topic, but as comments come in, I might reply to them. And I'm replying to this because 100%, my gosh, this is the whole reason, especially as we get older. But it should be this way regardless of age. Why in the world? And I talked about this on my podcast today because it completely inspired me, this topic. Why would you shut the door on somebody who meets your requirements, like thrills your brain, thrills all your senses, just gets you going in every way, but oh damn, I don't like this about their looks, or I don't like that about their looks. You know, those things that you don't like, and I'm not talking to you, Casey, you agree with me. Those things that a person doesn't like about your looks, your appearance, or something that grates on them when they meet you. A year later, 2 years later, 10 years later, it might be the most endearing thing about you. The eyes that they didn't find attractive might be the sexiest eyes in the world to them 10 years later. I mean, things change. Bodies change. Thoughts regarding bodies change. you do grow used to things over time, and you can think differently about things, and we all know this is true. Come on, this is true. Why would we use appearance, something superficial like that, as our guiding light to whether a relationship will work or not? I don't get it. I don't get it. But, anyway, thank you, Casey. I agree.
Where do you come up with this shit? That is the cheesiest response to an honest question I've ever heard.
This is "you're gonna grow to love my unattractive traits" fantasy. I mean, she's preaching to other women to overlook physical preferences but won't apply the same logic to men. And it's how convenient, really. Modern feminism told women they could have it all: career, status, and a high value man who adores their quirks. But the reality check is men are emotional rehab centers. And the elite sold women this nonsense to break the family unit and sell them more antidepressants, Botox, and brunch. Men want peace and femininity, not lectures about how attraction is shallow while being judged on height, income, and beard thickness.
This week I've managed to match with 3 different people on 3 different platforms, and this is what happened. So on Sunday night I matched with a guy on Hinge. We had a phone call on Monday, and the phone call was good. He was very entrepreneurial, so he had a really high masculine energy, and I felt that I matched his energy, which upon reflection after the phone call, I don't think was a good thing. I got into my masculine energy. Like, I run a construction company, okay? So I need to be on site with trades, thinking on my feet, talking about plumbing, so I can get into my masculine energy really quickly. I don't want to be in my masculine energy. Anyway, I've not heard from him. He did say he was going to call me back. He did say, let's have a date on Wednesday. And he did say that he would call me, but I haven't heard. So I think upon reflection, it was because I think I matched his energy too much. And that can be a little off-putting. The second guy was completely different and lives locally. But with this guy, I don't know, I was distracted or something. I don't know, but I just said the most dumb things. I don't know if I got nervous. I don't know what it was, but I hung up and I was like, what the actual were you talking about? I just said dumb stuff. And I hung up. I actually texted him afterwards and said, listen, I'm sorry. I was babbling. I think I was a little bit nervous. And he said, yeah, no problems or something. But he said he was going to call. And he hasn't called either. But I wouldn't call me either. I was a idiot.
You're a damaged goods lady.
So she runs a construction company and wonders why she's swimming in masculine energy and getting ghosted. I mean, this is the modern paradox. Women want alpha men but behave like them. And then she acts shocked when high value men disappear. I mean, at least she can admit she's in her masculine energy, would rather be in her feminine energy, but is she really doing something about it? Doesn't seem like it. Men aren't looking for a business partner in steel toed boots, in her case, probably steel toed high heels. They're craving femininity, softness, and peace. But when Western culture has wrapped gender dynamics in to create maximum conflict, courts push men, media mocks them, and women compete with them. Us men, we're just saying no thanks.
Third guy, Tinder. Was here on business in Melbourne, lives in Adelaide. We had a 1.5-hour phone call. This was a guy that I didn't even want to talk to. I'm like, oh, he's in Adelaide. Let's just blow it off. He messaged on the app a couple of times. Here's my number. Let's have a call. I was like, really? What is the point? Anyway, we had a great phone call. It was interesting. It was funny. So he has said that he wants to have a FaceTime today, and he's also said, hey, I can fly to Melbourne for a date. See if Mr. Adelaide stays true to his word and FaceTimes. Otherwise, I'm a 3 out of 3 strike rate. But I don't feel bad about my strike rate because I know that I don't think I would call me back either. I was too masculine on the first call, and I was too much of a doofus on the second call. Anyway, I'll keep you posted about Mr. Adelaide.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
So now we've hit Tinder, interstate phone calls, FaceTime, and the running theme: zero accountability and endless emotional chaos. I was too masculine, too much of a doofus, and honestly, you're just not that self aware. I mean, self aware enough, but not completely to the point to catch yourself and be different, not different. Like, you get what I mean. I don't want to go and explain it. But feminism said, be strong and loud, but forget to mention that men aren't attracted to male energy in a woman. Every interaction here screams high maintenance, and men are just done paying the price for it. And now women that hit that 40-plus year mark wonder where all the real men went. I could tell you many guys have gone to Colombia, Thailand, or anywhere else that still understands gender roles and respect. Well, guys, my final thoughts. Modern dating's broken because it was designed that way by elites, the state, and an ideology that turned women into perpetual victims. Courts punish men, social media inflates egos, and nobody builds families anymore. So, guys, just reclaim your time, your peace, your passport, and going your way isn't quitting, it's a strategy. You're not opting out of women, you're just opting out of dysfunction. Trad values still exist, you just have to get out of the West to find it. Well, I will give my parting thoughts here, just kind of like my final goodbyes. But we completed, as of this video here, 287 videos this year. Doesn't seem like a lot unless you're making them, and but honestly, time is really flowing by. It At the end of the month will be 1 year that we've been working on this channel. The best advice I can give you guys, as always, is to focus on yourself. Build your mind, build your health, build your body, build your money. And if you want to start a business, start a business. You want to start day trading, start day trading. You want to become a pilot, become a pilot. You kind of get what I'm saying here. The key thing I can tell you is put yourself around those people that are doing what you want and seek their advice or their mentorship. So if you want to be a pilot, hang around with pilots, learn from them, learn about the different waivers that you can get if you think there might be something that could limit you in becoming a pilot, whether it's airline, military, or whatnot. If you want to get into building a business, getting around those people that have built a business, learn about what um, pitfalls they ran into so you don't make those same mistakes. You get kind of what I'm going with here. The key is not to listen to people who are trying to shit on your dreams, including women. There are a lot of women out there that have a tendency to want to keep men down. The people you have around you are going to say a lot and how you're going to be successful, and you're going to fail. And honestly, that is very okay, because as long as you learn from it, failure is growth, not a negative thing. But if you're just giving up because you failed, then you failed yourself. As I said a couple days ago, that I'm shooting over to UK here, hopefully in the next 3 months, 6 months at the very latest. I'm not going to be living there. That's because I know it's just getting as fucked up there as it is here in the US. I'm just kind of staging up there because that's where my wife ended up from being displaced by the war, and we have a place there right now. From there, we'll be finding a country to go to. We have a few countries in mind, but we can kind of take our time and go look. I know I mentioned something about not having her again. I have no desires to have her here as long as things are pretty fucked up. It's not a left thing, it's not a right thing. It's screwed up at this point. And I don't care how perfect she's going to be, remains this law abiding citizen. I just cannot bank on when the shit changes second by second, something can happen. Not saying that it could, I just can't bank on it. Not something I would bet on. I'd rather go to Vegas and throw $1,000 on the pass line on craps and shoot for 7 or 11 on the opening throw. My odds would be better on that, in my opinion. Again, I just don't want to live that way, and I wouldn't expect anybody else who would be in a similar situation to want to live that way either. I did read some of the comments about me going back to day trading, and from what I interpreted, it was like I was expecting to get rich quick from it, and that's far from the truth. I do have a lot of experience in the market outside of just day trading in general, along with my knowledge and knowing what I'm capable of doing. Making 10,000 a month is extremely doable for me. Like I said, I'm not looking to be making millions. I'm just working on stacking up several months of income that I already make at my current job to hold me over while I build that account, um, to have a little more flexibility in my trading. But anyways, guys, it's been good. I've read every comment that's come in on every video since day one. I've enjoyed seeing the different perspectives from everyone. The same 2 or 3 people that thumbs down each video. I mean, any views, regardless if it's positive or negative, is still a view. So it is what it is, but it doesn't really bother me. It's just kind of funny to see. But I hope I've entertained some, perhaps helped a few. And the advice I've given is just not me giving nonsense, blowing smoke up anybody's ass. I do live it as well. Some of it's just been backwards. I wanted to go abroad first and then find somebody. I just found somebody in the process of doing that. I do hope to be back on a new channel in the future doing videos, but it'll be probably more focused on trading. This channel is technically not my channel. I'm just making videos for it, and I've enjoyed it. But, like I said a couple days ago, it just really comes down to time, and I just don't have the time right now to do it with a lot of changes that are happening fast. But I will say for the last time, hit the like button and share all that fun stuff. And until next time, I will be back out there, eh, maybe 6 months to a year from now, doing trading videos. Um, and I'll catch you guys then. The Matrix of Madness, signing off. Peace.